I have a juicy story about my straight friend hooking up with dudes. Actually, it's not at all juicy. Stand by, lots of gender and sexuality theory coming your way right now. Rewind, a few days ago, one of my good friends, this straight guy, messaged me to tell me that he had seen one of our other friends, a gay guy, on this app called Thrinder, which is like Tinder, but for 3 or more people. And so him and his girlfriend had been on there looking for other partners, and we talked about how he's like straight, but also into hooking up with dudes sometimes, usually with his girlfriend, but like maybe sometimes on his own. And that just got me thinking, or reminded me of the complexities of sexuality and gender. And so I just couldn't help myself. So I went and downloaded Thrinder and created a profile, which I'm going to not show you my profile. Well, you can see my profile, whatever. So you like go on and you connect your Facebook and you say like what gender you are, and if you're looking for single men or single women or men and women in a couple or men and men in a couple or whatever. And like some of your interests. And so you just like, there's these like profiles. Maybe I won't show you these other people's profiles. But I think what is so flabbergasting to me is like not just that that there are straight guys that are interested in hooking up with guys, because like, you know, male, same gender attraction, intimacy, all of that is sort of shunned in our society. And so I can see why some guys might be interested or open to that, but they're like mostly attracted to women. And so like, why deal with all the baggage that comes with being openly queer or bisexual, especially if those labels don't even feel accurate. They're just like, I'm straight, I just sometimes want to float on with a dude. So I get that, but what I think I found even more surprising was that there are a like not insignificant number of guys who in their profile identify themselves as gay, but then in their descriptions say that they're interested, like, or open to threesomes with another guy and a girl, or open to like hooking up with a girl. And like that, I just think like rocks my world in a good way, because, you know, I realized that. Comment below what you think my sexual orientation is right now. Like, pause. I realized that a lot of people, I think, in my personal life and perhaps on the internet, maybe not on YouTube because I talk about it sometimes, like, perceive me to be gay. And like, that's sort of true. I sometimes even say, oh, I'm gay. But, you know, the reality is that I'm attracted to people of lots of genders and have been historically and continue to be currently today attracted to people of, you know, lots of different genders. And so it's a reminder that sexuality is not always black and white, gay or straight, or even gay, straight, bi, and that sometimes it's just easier for folks to say I'm gay when the reality of their attractions or maybe interests are more complex and varied than that. And we do ourselves a lot of disservice by holding up this idea that like gay guys are only always interested in guys, and like, ooh, girls are never interested in that. And especially when we like wrap up together like vaginas and women together in one thing, because like not all women have vaginas and not all vaginas are people who are women, you know, all of that, and just sort of like try to make being gay this monolithic thing. Like, I want to live in who knew, like tertiary hookup app is like such a space of breaking down barriers. Everyone can be there all together, whatever you're interested in. And that just seems really cool. And I want to work to create a world where people who are mostly straight have the opportunity to explore intimacy with people of their same gender, and people who are mostly gay have the opportunity to explore intimacy with people of other genders, and we don't feel so like hemmed in, because I know like out of my group of friends, almost all of them are gay, and you know, we don't really talk about being interested in women amongst each other. But then like I go on here and a lot of people on here are identifying as gay, and a lot of them are also saying that they'd be interested or open to experiences with a woman. And so I I guess that's what I want to leave you with, is that, like, you do you, and whatever that is wonderful and amazing. And remember that, like, sometimes I feel like I'm the only gay person, quote unquote gay person who people perceive to be gay that is actually attracted to women and people of other genders. But, like, the reality is there's tons of people out there who are going around the world with a gay identity or being perceived as gay who are also, like, feeling the same way. And so it's crazy to me that for all of the activism, advocacy, and YouTube stuff that I do, I'm still learning new things. And so just remember, you can be yourself and you can have your desires and live that truth boldly as possible that feels right and comfortable and safe for you. And if you're a gay person that is, like, maybe interested in women, or you're, like, a straight person that's, like, or gay person that's, like, maybe interested in men or women depending on your gender, or you're a straight person and you're, like, interested in people of the same gender, like, if in the little ways and the big ways that you can start to talk about that with your friends or your family, I think that would do a world of a difference for the world, so that people can really appreciate the spectrum that is human sexuality and gender. And so if you have a similar experience of being one thing or being perceived as one thing or being mostly one thing, but your lived experience is different than that, I would love to hear about that in the comments below. Help me feel not so alone so that I don't have to go just on Thrinder to find other people like me. And that is all for now, and I will see you soon. Bye.